Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, we are back. Hello? Everyone there? Can I hear some people say something? There we go. Okay, live chat or lives. I can't talk. We're live! Hello, everybody. Welcome back. What am I gonna here? Sorry, we just quit out of the other live stream because my wife called and I, answer it to my wife. So, but we're back. We can do stuff. All right. So, thanks to a viewer that put in chat what we could do, we got our aliases to work. And now I think we were on the rail of basically deleting a file, which we can actually, or if I deleted this, would this, what's the process of how these things work? Let me see. Give me 1 second. Where's, so basically when you make a file, you edit your file here, then we daemon reload it and enable it. Okay, so I think we could just delete this from like my system files, right? Probably could. Meaning we could literally just sudo remove it. But yeah, so it worked. It worked. We did the thing. All right, let's now sudo system control daemon reload. All right, we're reloading that, and then system control. Let's just see if it's listed in here. It is still listed in here. How do I remove, say, a service? Tell me, oh almighty AI, how might I do such a thing? System stop, disable, delete the service. Okay, I think I did this in the wrong order, but that's okay. Sudo sys. Sometimes I like type so. I feel like when I'm talking out loud is when I like really mess up a ton. We'll stop aliases. No, I don't want that one. What the sudo? Something's going on here. What the frick? Sudo system control stop aliases dot service. Then system control disable aliases dot service. Remove that. Then we can do remove. Or I already did the remove command, but we'll just do it again just for good measure. That's what filed right. Excellent. All right. Let's just double check that it's gone. Is it gone? It's still there. What the frick? What the frick? Oh, is it because I need to reload? It might be because I need to reload. Yeah, it needs to be reload. Okay, sudo system control daemon reload. Clear any failed states. Okay, we don't want to clear all the failed states. I actually do want to keep the one that was failing earlier. But let's quickly check and see if it's actually gone now. So we have, it's still there. What the frick? Oh, is it because it failed and that's why it tells me to do... I'm gonna try it anyways. There we go. It's gone now. Except for also deleted the other one that is gone. Okay, so we have our history commands and other stuff like that, which is awesome. We can do stuff. But now we want to get our alias or web alias bookmarking Flask service running in the backend. So how in the world do we do that? I have to think through this. I actually haven't really told the AI what the issues are, so maybe it could give us some pretty good solutions. Unless you guys want to be my AI and you tell me what's going on. But I'm going to do system control. We're gonna do start, and then what do I call it? I call it like web redirect service. Yeah. So I run it, and then I basically try to. Can I actually just run? I don't know. I need to get better at typing, so I'm gonna just do this like the hard way, which is like actually typing up my whole thing. Web redirect service. Shift G. Still getting permission denied multiple times. I'm going to copy this chunk, and I'm going to give it here. No. So basically that, my service is, and then let's give it my service, which is sudo nano etc slash etc slash system d slash system slash web redirect service. All right, AI, assist me in my endeavors. That error failed at blah, 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 blah is a pretty strong clue that your service is being blocked from writing to standard output, likely due to restricted permissioning or security policies like SC Linux. Remove standard out. Okay, I guess we could do that. Check your service file for any lines like. If the path isn't writable by the service root, it'll fail. You can either remove the standard outline entirely or change it to that. Why don't we do that? Let's change it to journal, I guess. So standard output. Wait. That shouldn't be an issue at all. Because it's standard outing to my user directory. Root should have power to do anything across the system. Or just user fix. Fedora uses it. Check. Okay, might be blocking SDOut access. Try. If SDOut is the culprit, you can test by setting it to the permissive mode. That fixes it. You'll want to create a popular SE policy later, or proper SE policy later. Check Python binary permissions. Clean up and reload. Let's try this. I don't know what this does exactly, but it's something fun, right? Sudo au search -m -avc -ts recent. Hopefully I'm not exposing anything to the internet here, but that's okay. We are sudo set enforce 0. What? I'm a little confused at what's what here. Permissive is 0 on some things here. What are the names of these things? User home, user home, user home. Denied. Are these like the commands? Are these my commands trying to go through? I think these might be my commands trying to go through, and they're failing. Because it's like 1105. It's a Python script. Yeah, this looks like it's my stuff then. I like to actually type things out because it helps me just set enforce. Okay, so we set enforce that. Let me see if there is see if this works now. Did it? If it magically works, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm not seeing it here. Wait, did it work? Wait, what? Wait. Wait. It worked? It worked? No, it didn't work. It did? Wait, it's at the very bottom right there, 1109, started Flask redirect. Wait. It works! Yes! Alright, so that was the issue. Oh, thank you, doggo. Yeah, my doggo likes to congratulate me sometimes when I get things working. Yeah, I love you too. You're such a cute puppy. You're such a cute puppy. Oh. Yeah, my doggo, you're so loyal and adorable. Oh. Alright, well, we have it running in the background. Woohoo! Now we need to have Ollama running in the background. Shall we do that, guys? If we can get this done, why can't we get Ollama running in the background, eh? Hey. Sorry, I just gotta give some dog some attention because she doesn't get. My wife is out of town. Booyah. Alright. Yeah, let's create a new service called Ollama. Alright, Ollama. Give me an example service file. I'm not master at this yet. I've actually been copying and pasting all the way till now, so I might want to like start doing this. Give me an example service file for running Ollama on start. Let's do that. Let's see. I'll basically copy and paste from here, but I'm gonna just type it out because, or at least, actually, I don't know if I want to type it all out. Yeah, we're gonna copy this. There's a couple things we need to change, but yes, we're going to change the user to root. I don't know what group does, but we're gonna change this to root. All right, so Ollama.service, we're adding that. So how do we do this yet again? I feel like do you just enable it and then go through with it? I think that's all you have to do. I think you just really just have to do enable. All right, so system control enable Ollama service, right? Yeah. All right, created symbolic link. Then we can do I think it just creates it right off the bat, so we probably don't even need to do it. So we're gonna now just do system control start Ollama service. All right. What is the status? Wait, exited? Wait, I'm confused. Wait, what? Loaded. It says it exited. One second. I just realized that I kind of I really don't need that because Ollama is part of the system, so I don't even need to do that. We need to do, if you make changes to the service file, I need to do sudo on system control daemon reload. And then we do all the start stuff again. Oh wait, that's status. Whoops. Where's the start? There it is. Status. Failure. Why are you failing? Here, let me open up the journal thing. -u Ollama service. Why are you failing? Oh, wait, it's up. Yeah, whenever it says this, Ollama bind already in use, that means it's already up. I think we're good. Meaning, Ollama. Yeah, we're up. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. I just realized we're up because I have Ollama running on a side monitor. Here, let me quit that, then run our service. Oh wait, that's status. Status and start look very similar. All right, now. It's not working. All right, Max, give me those tips. Lay on those tips. I just saw that come in. What's the issue here? Wait. Failed to what? Main process exited, filters execute, blah blah blah. Main wait. Read only file system. Ensure path elements are traversable. Wait. What? Error. Make directory Ollama read only file system. Wait, it's trying to make directory Ollama. No, I don't need this to wait. Where's my Ollama installed? I'm so confused to where my Ollama might be installed. Where is my Ollama installed? How do you tell where Ollama is installed via command line? I don't know exactly how you tell this. I kind of need to make sure it's. I don't know Ollama is installed. All right, come on. Method 1. Which Ollama? Oh yeah, okay. The user local bin Ollama. Is that in the root file system? User local bin? Because that doesn't look like my home directory area. Let me copy this. I'm gonna throw it in the service thing. Ollama group always reset environment. Yeah, sure. Okay, so then we can do system control daemon reload. We start it up and then What time is it? 11:19. Okay, so all these 11:19s are accurate to now. User share path elements or traverse. Still think it's the read-only directory. Help me, AI, help me. What does this normally mean? I understand it's a path-only directory, but like do I need to do sudo it or something like that? Create a directory and set permissions. It's already existing directory though. Reload and wait. Oh, wait 1 second. I have these here, and I wonder if these are causing the issue. User share OLA. Yeah, I don't think these are accurate to my system. Let me look at this really quick. If I do, I need to go to root. Where's my root? User. I know I'm not using command line, but hey, forgive me. Okay, local. Well, Olama's here. We do know that. See, that's Olama right there. Local bin and Olama. Then the other one's user share Olama, wherever that is. Where are you, Olama? Oh, are you not here? Oh, Olama's not here. That could be the issue. Do I even need the model there though? If it runs Olama, it doesn't need to know the environment if it's just automatically defaulted to like whatever the command line has. So maybe we can just get rid of that on the command line or on here. We can just be like, wait, this is not. I don't know Nano. I know Vim, you can just DD it and it'll delete the line or whatever. Journal, restart second, restart always. Yeah. Daemon reload. Did my chat not show your tips thing, or you just not continue on your tips? I don't know. Let's system control start Olama again, see if that worked. Oh, it works! I think it's live. Meaning, if I do Olama list, it should work. Wait. It's not working. I think it's because this is running Olama on root. I have 2 instances of Olama on my computer, I think. I think there's an Olama instance on root and there's an Olama instance on my user. I think that's the difference. Right? Or I'm not setting the destination. That's why so I do need that destination of the environment to know where it's looking for the models. That could be it. 2 theories in mind. Olama does not exist in this directory. Where is my Olama models then? Is Olama here? No? Wait, where's... Would it be in local bin? No. Local share? No, it's not here. How do you grep? I know how to grep for things inside of files, but how do you grep for the files themselves? The dash grep dash R and then I think you actually grep for the name of the files, right? Where are we? We are in root. We're in root. Okay. If I say grep on root though, that's gonna take forever. I just do it anyways, just because, yeah. Whoops. Yeah, that's gonna take forever. Where is Ollama installed? It's installed in our bin location. But I think there's 2 instances of Ollama here, which is why it's probably not accurate or something. Where would Ollama normally install to? Oh wait, .ollama right there. Models. DeepSeek Coder. Okay, right here. This is where Ollama is. .ollama. This is my homes directory. One second. We want it to be here. Here, I got an idea. If I don't feel like figuring out the whole whatever thing, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna be Ollama, oops, models equals that. Because that's where Control O, Control X. All right. Let's shut off the thing or whatever it's called. Or wait, we want daemon reload. That reload everything, then I restart the Ollama service because it is running already. Restart. Now, when I do Ollama and then I do list. Yeah, boy, we're getting pro here. Faye, come here, give me some love. Oh, she wants a fetch ball. All right, she gets the fetch ball. All right, but yeah, we got Ollama running. Background. Okay, we got Ollama running in the background. We have our Flask server running in the background, right? Wait, did we finish the Flask server? I think we did, right? Yeah, the Flask server is running in the background. And we have Ollama running in the background. I think we finally figured out and we've mastered System D. I think I understand how it works. I probably don't know how to make these these system files too well, or the service files too well. I need to probably work on like actually understanding these. Like as execute start, as user group restart, environments files where the outputs are going. I guess I've seen that in my previous jobs before. We've done that with a bunch of autosys commands and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right, well that's educational. You guys feel like you're learned, or you feel like you've learned with me, or you've pitied my learning ability? Something like that. I don't know. All the above. Now I try not to do gaming on this channel, so I'm not gonna just go and boot up a video game. But is there? Okay, here's task number 3 or 4, whatever task we're doing today. Actually, oh wait. We want to log all of this. Because remember, my pillars of installing your system to make sure it works correctly and stuff. How did I get into that mode? What was that? Wait. I don't know how I got into that mode. It was like the desktop mode. Is it just Windows tab? No, Windows tab is just, yeah, never mind. I don't know. All right. We want to throw into here my install stuff. So this is my Flatpak to install things. Here, let's pretty this up a little bit. Instructions for Fedora install. So we got all these Flatpaks. Installs Ollama. Create distribution box. That stuff is still not worked through. I need to figure out how Docker works. You should use man to get list of commands and what you can do with a command. What manual page do you want? Interesting. So it's kind of like a command line interface to like see how things work. Good thing. Good thinking. Good thinking. All right. Thanks for that. Max, you're awesome. I don't always continue live streaming, or I don't always live stream on a schedule, so if you just happen to be in all my streams, that'd be awesome. But whatever you do, you man. All right, so I don't feel like working on Docker today. I was just Docker. Like I just don't feel like dealing with Docker right now. I'm just prettying this up a little bit if I actually convert this to a readmd file. Okay, so this is Docker stuff, sudo python flask. So let's do like nano. So let's add aliases to login bash RC file. So that's like nano dot bash or squiggly slash dot bash RC. And then what was the commands I did for that? These ones. I like these ones quite a bit. And then actually I can do this as if I want to make this universal, just this as user. That makes it a little bit better. Okay, cool there. Cool there. All right, so that's how you do add aliases to bash whatever. This is a helpful thing. And then next we want Docker. We haven't figured that out. How did I install the Git command line interface? Did I actually use brew? If I have it written here, I most likely use brew. So I'm gonna like actually throw this up at top. And these are like the command lines I would run to run a server thing or whatever stuff. This is how you enter a box. So that's like that's in the Docker box. Once I get back to those instructions of how to get a automated Docker box. Actually, wait. Since we know how to do a service file, we could like boot up a Docker box and then boot up the start files of a Docker instance. And that would be how we use Docker. I was using Docker specifically to you're using Linux? Yes, I am using Linux. I'm using Bazite, like the Bazite distribution of Linux. It's a Fedora-based distribution. You can go and watch like the other live stream I did today, like before this live stream. At the very beginning of it, I kind of explained my journey, or I can just re-explain it. But I'm trying to think through this. I'm trying to think of all the things I installed and how I can systematically standardize my installation process because I reboot my installation all the time. Oh, does Bazite have a snapshot feature where it like saves like a chunk of your or like your system so it can like revert back to it and such? I don't know if Bazite has. I do know that Ubuntu had that. But I don't know if Bazite has that. I kind of want that because that saved me on multiple occasions when I was like destroying my system basically. Okay. Does Linux, Bazite, Fedora have a snapshot feature so I can revert back if things go wrong? Okay. What were you saying? Bash, no profile, no RC. You might want to log this one. It may come in handy if something goes wrong with Bash RC. What does that do? Bash, no RC, no RC. Nino, thanks for that. I'm gonna look that up here in a second here. Maybe like a new Copilot. I need explanation. Booyah. Explain to me. As if I'm a baby. That command starts a new bash shell session without loading any of the user's profiles like that or that. It's handy when you want a clean shell environment, perhaps for debugging or testing something without custom aliases or environment. Oh, okay. Okay, that's actually not bad. Okay. Tampering with bash RC can lock you out of using commands completely, which is why you might need bash no profile. Ah. Wait, so are you saying like you run this in the bash RC file and then run all of the commands after that? Is that kind of what you're saying? That way it kind of like can boot all or try to boot all of the commands in your bash RC file. And if it fails, it doesn't break your system? Was that what? I'm kind of, I don't know. Huh. Think of it as starting fresh, temporarily shedding all your personal shell configurations. Want to see changes to when you compare it to regular shell session? Interesting. Well, I guess we're not going to add too much stuff to our bash RC file though, because like we add aliases. I don't think aliases are going to ruin anything because it's just an aliasing kind of thing. I was going to add services to it. That would break things, but I chose to do the system control or system D route. So those can just fail as a service, like the fail on the side as a service. So like that's fine there. What was I doing? Oh, I was doing snapshots in Bazite. Bazite uses atomic updates, meaning each up to new image. It doesn't look like they have their own snapshot kind of service. Yeah, this is just talking about imaging of like a new image stuff. I tried to get Java on my computer. I can't figure out the Java. I did install Java, but I didn't at the same time. I don't know. For some reason, Java is kind of not doing what I wanted to do. What is this command? Unset RC. I don't feel like learning that right now. Yeah, I want Java to work, but Java's not working. So I need to figure out how to Java. How to Java? I don't know. Set up system control services for the following. I don't feel like putting all the instructions in here. I might need to do that in a separate file. So I'm like almost every installation instance, I'm gonna always grab this web redirect thing because that's basically what I use for bookmarks and everything. No, first you run bash, no rc, that activates bash prompt, then run vim or nano to edit. For me, environment messed up bash rc, so it helped. Even if you don't use it, you may want to have it. Oh, I see. So like whenever I do like a nano of the bash rc file, like there's a chance that my desktop environment when doing that process can break it, and then thus breaking the environment. I think that's what you're saying, or similar to what you're saying. I think like I'm high level. I'm not a big Linux master. I'm still trying to figure out Linux, but yeah, I think I understand that then. I might take the risk though. I'm kind of making an installation thing here just so if things does break, I can basically boot my system back up within an hour. That's kind of my runtime right now, is I can get all this installed in an hour based on like my instructions. So it's not too hard. Which I really wish people would like, or maybe people do and I just don't know where the location is. I want people to like post more of these kind of like instructions for how they built their systems, because then it's like, this is, if you want my environment, this is what my environment's like. I have to say, Bazzite is actually kind of awesome. I'm liking Bazzite a lot more than... I like the simplicity and easiness it was to do services in Ubuntu, but the simplicity of a lot of the packages and how they actually just work on their own in Bazzite is so much better. Like, I don't know. I'm going to write that command down. Yeah, you're right. I should probably put that down. Instructions. I don't really have a helpful here. Let me put it at the bottom. Helpful commands for. So we got that one. This makes it so you boot terminal into a clean terminal with no configure. I'm just gonna say configuration. I think that's a good way to put it. Most Linux users just saves their dot files, and when I install Arch, I just install the programs I need when I need them. So they save, like, when you say there's dot files, are you talking about just like all of these things basically? I guess that's true, because like everything else, like all of these folders are just random stuff. Like these are my downloads. These are my documents of random stuff. Yeah, I guess it's not much. But I just realized I have Eclipse, aka that's I like tried to install Java, but I actually installed the Java IDE, and I don't need that. I don't know how to uninstall it cleanly, other than just, can I just delete it? I don't know. Actually, wait, let me see. IDE. Yeah, Eclipse IDE is still installed on my computer. I don't really care for that. This is actually one thing I don't necessarily like about Linux, is sometimes I don't know when something is uninstalled or just gone, or if there's a symbolic link to it that is now broken because I deleted something. Like, that's something I don't know how to cleanly uninstall something in Linux. That's something that I kind of have a problem with, that I need to figure out a little bit better. Like this one right here, I think here I can just delete and then save, and it should be gone for like that, say that IDE that I don't care about. But when I search for it in my bar, which I right now I'm on a separate screen, but on my other screen, I like just searching for it, it's there, meaning it didn't cleanly uninstall. And it actually boots it when I run it. I don't want it to run. So yeah, I don't. That's one thing I kind of just need to learn about Linux, is like how to cleanly uninstall things and reinstall things and know when things are and when things aren't. Actually, speaking of automation, wait a minute. Oh wait, this is not automation. So Bazzite has this auto start thing, which is where I originally was going to run stuff, which I should delete that now because it doesn't work. But yeah, I don't like this auto start. I don't know, it's kind of good, but also kind of not. Because it doesn't tell me what the order of starting up the things are, because maybe I want my Proton Pass to start up before my other stuff. But yeah, I don't know. There's some weird things that is finicky in this Bazzite that I don't quite understand. / I wish it was a little bit more clear on. Um, but it's not. So okay, we need to get back to where. What was the what were we doing? What were we doing? We're cleaning this up. Um, daemon reload. This is all my Docker stuff. Okay, let me just put this in the Docker section over here. So this enter. This enables Docker. This is actually worthless. Now I look at it. This is what I want right there. In this format. There we go. Okay, so if I do Docker, I think that's how I do Docker stuff. Clean uninstalling will be different depending on the base of Linux distribution. Yeah, that's what I assumed. I was kind of thinking that if I wanted to uninstall stuff, it's like I gotta just I don't know, brute force, like just find it and just uninstall it that way. All right, so I want to do this. I actually probably don't need sudo for this. I can just, or do I? Wait, is my let me go to nano, go to what's my web redirect. What is, I'm doing just plain Python. Excellent. Okay, so I just need plain Python. Sweet. Actually, I kind of wonder, should I don't really have this install in its own. Wait, where is my install file? It's in desktop. Oh, it's a file on my desktop. I probably should make a repository for this, shouldn't I? That's one thing. So I've been slowly like detaching myself from using like Google and Microsoft and stuff like that. But the thing is, GitHub is Microsoft. GitHub has access to all my stuff like completely. So I'm kind of thinking, can I turn my Proton drive into a repository location where I can like create that Git links to that? I probably could. That way I have a more privatized area that I can save stuff to and push it to there. If you want to make removing of symbolic links and so on easier, try looking into making bash scripts that can help you with that. Yeah, that's stuff that I gotta get better at. I am not like at my last job I used a lot of symbolic link kind of stuff, but it was kind of mainly just stuff that was passed down to me to be like, hey, use this and this is how this works and blah blah blah, and I just followed the instructions. I didn't actually internalize it in my head. This is why I'm trying to work on Linux now, because I didn't internalize it in my last job, so now I need to internalize it now so I can have it in my mind for my next job, so I can go into that job and be like, oh, is that how you're doing it? Okay, I know exactly how it works, not just how you say it works. It's a lot better when you understand something how it works rather than how they say it works, which is definitely a lot better. Like at my new job right now, I'm so glad I came into my new job with understanding of SQL and how to just scavenge the database and figure out where everything is and all that, because it's just so much easier. So glad I figured that out. If you only use GitHub, there are alternatives like Codeberg or GitLab where Microsoft can't peek. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking more like literally like completely ripping away from any other service. So I still use Copilot, yes, but whenever I start working on something that's more private, like say I'm looking at data or I have to look at or put in usernames that are kind of like emails and stuff are in them, I don't like to put that into Copilot. So I'll boot up my Ollama instance and I run all of those like queries of like, hey, how do I do this in Ollama or a Ollama model, because it's running locally. So I just like I'm like trying to decouple myself from like using free services. Because free services are not free. They're selling you something at least, right? That's how it goes. Oh, I just realized that we have Bamboo Lab and stuff like that down here. I did get that installed. Wait, actually, give me a second. Flatpak install FlatHub Bamboo Lab. Do they have one? They do have one. I'm going to, I already have it installed, so I'm not gonna like, I want to actually put the actual link in here. FlatHub, and then that. Yeah, that makes it so I can actually get the actual link of it. You can always make your own local repository on your computer. I guess that's true. Like, you don't need to have a web interface of a repository, because, well, like, you can have a web interface for a repository, but ultimately that web interface is just like to have, or is to like basically back up your stuff. It's just a backup location and a location where other people can access. But if it's just for myself, yeah, I could probably just literally like make 2 repositories, one a working repository in like my system operating system or whatever, like on my bad side here. But then I can have another one that's on a drive, which I have like 6 drives on my computer, like on another drive, and that's where I actually push like my master stuff to, basically. So it's a separate repository for if in the case that I'm like, oh crap, I just busted my Git, my repository, everything's dead, and like I don't feel like doing the whole Git revert and whatnot, so I'll just delete and then pull from the drive. So I could do that. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I'm liking it. I don't really need to do installs Ollama right there instruction, because I do know that installs Ollama using control or curl. Yeah. So this is how you use, that adds my aliases. This installs files. This is a slight, not instruction, but like ask to do that. I still need to figure out Docker. I don't want to like solidify that into whatever. Alias Docker. Oh, this is, I do want to create alias for Docker stuff once I get Docker. I was trying to get a Minecraft server running, but that don't seem like it's gonna work. I have a helpful command section down there. All right, cool. I am set to go on this stuff. I guess I could set up my local system here. Wait 1 second. I am thinking about enhancing my bookmarks script. So let's go to my bookmark script. I don't know, for some reason my brain's like, let's do this. And I'm like, okay, maybe I do this. We're going to drop the Minecraft server thing, because I don't think the Minecraft server stuff is going to work right now. Or I have to go down a huge rabbit hole of trying to figure out how to get Minecraft server working with a DNS server on a VPN. That way I can actually have it open to play with my friends. And that's a lot of work I don't feel like doing right now. So we're not gonna worry about the Minecraft server stuff. Because me and my friend, we kind of like thinking, it's like, hey, let's get back into Minecraft. Like, it's been a while, and like we're like, well, but if we get back into Minecraft, we don't want to just play Minecraft. We want to play a modded version of Minecraft. So we want to try the create mod, maybe a couple others, who knows? But yeah, all right. But my Mother Mind Palace thing. Actually, one second. I actually have a list on my phone of projects that I kind of want to do. All right, so we got build a O authentication system. That was a to-do / learning experience, because O authentication is a very interesting system, how to use access tokens and stuff like that, and storing those in a database, and like that's just a huge project that would just teach me a heck of a ton of stuff. How to build a database, how to build a service that takes in like a URL links, and oh gosh, that's a massive service. Oh, I just realized how big of a coding task that would be. All right, I got SQL select filter to be able to I don't need to do that one. Set up a Nixcloud server. But that needs to happen after I have a Docker. I need to get Docker working to get that done. Build a local DNS system. I'm going to forgo that for a while. I don't feel like figuring out local DNSs. Set up alias server. I already have alias kind of stuff. Add path point search to OpenUI. Oh, that's a big one. That's also incorporates Docker. I was going to basically make it so if you don't know, you can run Ollama instances locally, and then you put a web UI interface over top of that. So it's called Open Web UI or something like that. Yeah, this thing. This thing is nice. This is what it looks like right here. Oh, wait. Yeah, so basically, like, it hinges on the endpoint that Ollama is on your computer to be able to type to it, send files to it, and just communicate with your actual Ollama in a more useful way. Maybe we do tackle the Docker thing right now. I think if we tackle the Docker thing, that's going to open up a lot more possibilities for things that we can do on our Linux machine. But Bazite freaking sucks and it doesn't have Docker, so you're technically running Docker in a other containerized solution. But I don't know a single person that doesn't use Docker for containerization. Right? Like, doesn't everyone use Docker? Like, what other? I don't even know what other solutions there are, but all right. But we need Docker to work. I actually do have Docker working. It's kind of like one of those weird things. So I have Docker, or I have. So if you look here on, you have DistroBox. That's what I believe Bazite has, is this DistroBox thing. So if I type in distro, or where am I doing? Oh, you use Proxmox? Well, it sounds like you're a Arch Linux user though, right? So is Arch Linux, is that like a, does Docker not work on Arch Linux either? Wait a minute. It's Docker. By default, Docker cannot use, I'm just like reading like the very front line there. Proxmox is a own OS. Oh, okay. I'm a beginner when it comes to the containerization. I know basic containerization and how to just boot it up and use it. I don't know the actual specifics of, like, it's a very rundown source, and you can have an OS on anything, but it just, yeah. It looks like they have Docker instances for Arch Linux if I ever dig into Arch Linux, which is, I want to figure out this, how to do everything on Bazite, because if I can figure out everything on Bazite, it's going to make Arch Linux that much easier, I imagine. So I'll probably run Bazite for a year, like maybe a few months, to whenever I get bored of it and I want to try something new, and then I'll maybe try out Arch Linux then. Okay, what am I doing? I am going to try to figure out this DistroBox thing, because DistroBox, so this is like a containerization stuff. DistroBox list. So you can see I have a DistroBox Docker box, aka a thing, a container in a container. I don't know how the endpoints are going to work with that. I don't know if like that filtering is going to go through those containers too well. But hey, it's if it works, it works. I'm not going to argue. So I have Docker box, or a instance of Docker in this Docker container, or this instance of Docker container in a DistroBox container. This is not a smart idea. So if I do DistroBox enter Docker box, we'll be starting that container of Docker. So now we're in an instance that has Docker installed, as you can see. So while we're in this instance, We want to see, I think I might have messed with it yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. Common commands, info, images, list images. I think I want to do that one. Okay, so Docker images. Cannot connect to Docker daemon at the Docker daemon running. Wait. See, this is where I'm really crappy. I gotta run Docker daemon. 1 second. What's the commands for all this? Apparently I suck at this. I'm revealing. Why are you running Docker in Docker? No, so distrobot. Wait, am I running? Wait, distro. So wait, is that what I'm doing? This is where I need like paint. Is there like a paint? Install paint. One second, I want to install paint really quick. So I can be able to draw out my understanding, then you guys can correct me. Have I been going about this Docker crap all this wrong this whole time? Wait. Okay, that's one thing I really don't like about Badzite. It feels like it takes forever for it to install things. Like right now it's downloading, yes. 200 megabytes for a paint function? That's okay. Like I feel like it's really large for a paint file, like a paint application. I'm so confused. Because I swear I tried to. Wait, what? Let me. Sorry, I'm trying to like understand what I can do in this instance. Because I swear I installed something. But I thought you just do Docker list or Docker images, and it shows all the images that you started. But I didn't start. Yeah. If it can't find a Docker daemon, what does that mean? Like, if is it here? I'm just gonna AI help me understand this. Here's a clean. Oh wait, scroll to the bottom. That error means your system can't reach the Docker daemon, which is the background service that powers. Wait. Oh. Wait a minute. Why do I have 3? Wait, what's going on here? Enter Docker box. This is an instance of Docker box. This is something. And that's something. Why do I have 3 instances of Docker boxes? I'm a little confused. Yeah, I can't connect to the service running Docker. Is it because it's in a box? So Docker are in a container, so it can't, and that container is limiting Docker from looking at itself or something like that. I'm a little confused at how does this work. I wish it just had a simple install Docker. Wait, do I have... I gotta check some stuff here. There's no... Okay, there's no system things of... So my understanding is Docker does not natively run on Fedora Linux. They don't have a just like a it doesn't install correctly to do like a basic installation. So what I'm in right now is a distro box, which is another containerized service that I believe I installed at some point. And I installed Docker on that because that could do it. But then again, how do I just delete it all? I might just want to delete it all and then just restart from scratch. I think that might be better if I just do that. How do I do that though? Can I just distro box remove Docker box? So let's delete the Docker container. It's already running. That's okay. We're gonna delete it anyways. I wanna then... Wait, where's my command for... grab Docker. Alright, Docker's all gone. Docker's dead. We deleted Docker. So we have distro box. Let me look at this. What is distro box? Distro box. Distro box is this isn't it, is it? Distro box is use a Linux distribution inside your terminal. Enable both backward and forward compatibility. So DistroBox is, it says it uses Podman, Docker, or blah blah to create containers using Linux. Wait, I'm confused. How does this work? What is DistroBox exactly itself? Sorry, my doggy is like crying. I gotta let her like whining a little bit. I gotta give her a couple scratches. Create a new DistroBox with system. Wait, what? Docker runs on Fedora. I have done that multiple times before. You clearly have Docker installed and running an active container in Docker, so it seems to work. Yeah. I want Docker on my command line though. And it's not on my command line, which is why I'm trying to understand how to install Docker on the command line. Is DistroBox... was that? I don't... Wait, history, rep, DistroBox. Does this go back long enough? Yeah, so you can, this is... I think DistroBox is native to Bazzite, or like it comes pre-installed with the Bazzite. And you can see I created a Docker box. And I did stuff with it. So, brings the question, how do I just get Docker? I just want Docker to work how I know I've used Docker before, which is just running Docker on the command line. So how do I use Docker on the command line? Does Docker have a good explanation on their website? Probably not. It's probably all freaking sales and crap and freaking impossible to figure out. Docker documentation. Yes. What's something good? Would just Docker desktop, would that be? Like this is for install Docker desktop Linux. Yeah. What the? What? Fedora. Yeah, what the frick? See, they got instructions. All right, to install Docker desktop successfully, you must meet the general requirements. Okay, 64. Okay, for a GNOME desktop environment, you must install app blah blah blah. I'm not on GNOME. I am on KDE Plasma. If you're not using GNOME, you must install GNOME. It's like, so you're not using it, you must use it. I'm like, gosh darn it. Fine, we'll install GNOME. I just have not had a fun success with GNOME, but okay. Well, to be honest, I don't even understand how it works. Because GNOME is just a whatever. Yeah, okay. I guess you're right. I don't need desktop version. So what's the command line version? So is there like a CLI, command line interface instruction? Billion Docker scan, Docker hub, Docker engine. Docker CLI. I don't know. Like what's the terminology I'm trying to look for here? I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm trying to look for instructions for how to install Docker, but like not desktop. Get Docker. All right, it goes to Docker desktop. That's the problem. The thing is, if you install Docker desktop, I'm pretty sure it installs on the command line by default. And to be honest, you know what, I might just do it. I'm just gonna do it because I think sometimes it's just nice to have a UI version of your Docker that you can just like look at, like open and look at, and you can just see it works. Okay, so let's do it. I'm gonna do it. I know you're saying that I could probably get just the command line thing and not have the whole UI interface, but I'm just gonna do it. All right, sudo dnf. What is? I might need to take my dog out. Do you need to go poopy? You go to the bathroom? I might need to take my dog out really quick. I know it's very abrupt. I'm a very abrupt person. I just stop things where we are and just like be like, huh. One second. I'm gonna get some music on for you guys. I'm not gonna end the stream like last time. Last time I didn't know if my wife was gonna want to talk forever or not. But hey, I will. Okay, maybe you guys will just have to stare at this for a bit. I don't know. Oh, I'm trying to get some music at least to play in the background, right? Do I not have? Where the flip do I install my music to nowadays? Here's my music. Music. Lo-fi. Fantasy Arcade. Boom. All right. No copyright sounds. We love no copyright sound. Oh my gosh, no. No. I just opened up 3 files. This ain't good. That was scary. How do I just... Oh. All right. Enjoy this music, everybody. I'm gonna unmute the desktop audio. Also, it's kind of fun. I actually have started to master listening to music while programming, and it's actually kind of an awesome skill to have. All right, I'm gonna be back in a second. I gotta go take my dog out. Oh, come on, Doc. Let's go. everybody! Hello, everybody. I'm back. Yeah, everybody's gone. Of course, everyone's gone. What does the audio sound like on network side? Hello, testing, testing. Hello, testing, testing. Yeah, I can't tell. I don't know. All right, I got audio at least for me, so I can listen to music while we do our chilling session of figuring out stuff. If you're not using GNOME, you must install GNOME to enable terminal access from Docker Desktop. Okay, so this is for terminal access Docker Desktop. Okay. Might as well. Error. Fedora Atomic Images utilizes RPM OS instead and is discouraged to use. Convenience script manually Bazelite installs blah 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 blah. RPM OS tree system level packaging. So let's try that. Sudo, we're gonna use system level packaging. Yeah. RPM, what was it? OS tree. GNOME terminal. What? Is it just RPM? RPM install? Is that like what? This is the worst formatting ever. Like it's like, what am I looking for here? What am I looking at? Is this even alphabetically organized? I don't think it is. Is W before N definitely not alphabetical? What do I use? Gosh darn this crap. Okay, I like turn the audio down for myself. Oh, it turns it down for you guys if I turn it down. Okay, I gotta figure the frick out of this thing. This sucks. Distro Linux packages and development workflows. Access to most Linux packages managers for software that do not support Flatpak and Homebrew, and for use as development box. I'm so confused. So install the package with DNF. Down the latest RPM package. Wait, what is this? Wait. What is this? Can we just run? Yeah, if we can just run this, we can just run this. Imos, blah, 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 blah. Script install, blah, 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 blah. Launch Docker Desktop. I don't know if this is going to do all the installs that I need to be able to get Docker set up, but We'll give it a try. Hey, this is, in the end, I'm not destroying anything. There's nothing crucial on this drive of my computer. So unless I run something that destroys all my drives. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Waiting for this to download, and then we can run it. Running RPM thing. It's running in a extract instance. What's going on here? Wait, so I install this package, download the blah, blah, blah. How do you... Alright, so I'm in now home directory. I'm gonna go to my downloads folder really quick. If I do RPM install Docker, how do you use RPM? AI, can you help me? Or are you just gonna be a load of crap and not help me? I installed, or I downloaded Docker desktop x86 64 RPM and want to install it on my Bazite system. Wait, what the frick? What is going on here? I have no idea what's going on with my thing. It's like pages, but pages of what? I'm like, just give me the response. Alright, it's on Docker on your Bazite system is doable, but there are a few things to keep in mind since Caveat is immutable Fedora-based OS. Here are how you go about it. Sudo RPM OS tree install. I thought I've tried that and it doesn't work. It does work. It does work, everyone. It just doesn't like it. Okay, sudo RPM OS tree install Docker it's gonna be like not like file not found. I'm totally gonna do that. Watch it not work. Maybe it will work. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Could not this deep solve transition one problem to affect the problem. Docker CLI needs by Doctor command line. Got it. All right, it's basically just saying that it doesn't have command line stuff, which is the GNOME terminal, I think. RPM. Oh, I'm like not doing that right. I'm doing RPM, not RPM. We're installing GNOME terminal. I was hoping not to have to deal with GNOME, but we're apparently having to deal with GNOME. I swear, if this breaks my system, I'm gonna be so freaking annoyed with Linux. Just waiting for this to run, doing its thing. Installing GNOME terminal. One second, what was that? That's noise. One second, guys. There's a package that was dropped off at my house. That's deploying anyways. We're gonna have to do its thing anyway, so I'll be back in like a minute. What do we got here? Oh, hey, look, done. Hey, we added GNOME. Woot, woot, woot. The dog's like, is it for me? Haha! What is this? I got rechargeable batteries and 5 100 gig USB drives. You wanna know what I'm gonna use the USB drives for? You wanna know? You wanna know? I'm using the USB drives. This thing. I ripped through. And yeah, it didn't. Pain. But we have to change the queue for next boot. Do I have to really restart? Yeah. Got 528 gig drives. You wanna know what I'm gonna use those for? Giving things to my friends. Doing stuff. And also, I want to install something on, or I want to take one of these and turn it into like the ultimate ISO running system ever. So actually we might just sidetrack here a bit and do that. Because yeah, it's gonna be nice to do that. Let's hope these things are not like malicious. Mount and open. It is 115 gigs. Excellent. Cool. All right. GNOME did its thing. I don't want to reboot because I'm doing a live stream. Can I apply GNOME terminal? Like, I know in Windows you could, even though Windows is like, oh, you have to reboot to do whatever, you actually don't. Surprisingly enough, I did this. Is there any way I can apply changes without rebooting? Yeah, so in Windows, it just needs to like reboot some services or whatever, so you can actually do that and reboot them manually, and it makes it so you don't have to reboot the system. It could technically potentially break your computer, yes, but most of the time it actually doesn't break your computer because Windows is actually pretty smart and it doesn't let you do stuff that breaks computer, and so on and so forth. Extension to activate changes immediately. I might not do it. I don't want to break this thing. So I think we'll come back to this later. I'm gonna do another side task, so we'll come back to the Docker stuff later. We have this up though. We can probably get Docker on desktop, which is good. I'm gonna like actually, since I'm here, I'm gonna add this to my thing. What is it? Gosh, I don't. For some reason, this interface right here is just not. I don't understand it too much, or something like that. So we gotta get the Fedora RPM, do all that stuff. All right, side quest. We're gonna do a side quest, guys. Side quest we're doing is we are going to create a multi-boot drive. I can't remember. It's like verbose or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, so that's why I'm gonna ask for it. Ventoy, yeah. Actually, we have it installed. What am I thinking? 1 second. Let me. It's on a bunch of other drives of mine. This one? No, I think it's on my Vault drive. Distros, Ventoy. That's a ventoy.exe. I don't want ventoy.exe. Wait. How do I install Ventoy? I have the Ventoy tar file. What do I do with it? Question mark? Extract the Tarbo, install your, make sure it's back to Ventoy, will format it. Use the CLI installer. Is tar like the unextracting way of doing stuff on Linux? I don't know exactly how these things work. So if I did like tar xzvf, that's like a lot of stuff it's doing, isn't it? This installs a local web server, copy the URL. ls bulk. I got a lot of different drives. We want this one right here, the SDE. Right? dev/SDE. Yes. Password. Intentionally to install Ventoy. Yes. Yes. Ventoy's a fun little toy. Ventoy. Install Ventoy to successful. So Copy ISO. After installation, just drag and drop ISOs. Yep. That's it. Okay. Now... Wait. I think I just lost it. Where did my... I don't know where my flash drive went. Or eligible? Wait. I don't need the distro box thing anymore. I do want these for later. Oh, hello, background task. Don't know where that came from. Where did my other thing go? Did I just close out of a very needed... Ah, frick. Wait. I'm trying to find it. It's not here. I'm like so confused. Do I need to like re-plug it in maybe? The computer senses it. There we are. All right, we got Ventoy. So now we're going to drag and drop all of my distributions into here. Are you ready to see all my distributions? We have Arch Linux, Bazzite, Debian, Fedora, Linux, Ubuntu, or Linux Mint, I mean, and Ubuntu. Yeah, that's right. You start doing your thing. Wait, is it copying? Oh, it is copying. It's just my copy command's like all the way on the far right, so I can't tell half the time what it's doing. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a long copy. Okay, so that's gonna do all that copying. I need to get a Windows image. I don't know where I have all my Windows images. Because I feel like I had some Windows images at some point. I don't know where or when or whatever it is. One second, I'm kind of looking around my computer on the side here. I don't want to reveal anything that's private. Never know if something's private or not. Docs, blah, 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 blah. It might be in my docs section. No, nothing. Do I not have any versions of Windows downloaded? That's a no good. It's always good to have a Windows version on a flash drive. I guess we can just install a new one. Windows ISO download, let's do it. I don't need Windows 10, I want Windows 11 because 10 is being thrown out or whatever. All right, create disk image. I really hate this about Windows. It's like, we don't want you taking away our stuff. Is it because I'm using a VPN? Microsoft. Product language. English. English. Inglesio. Ego. I gotta complete your request and use entire entities. Blah, 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 blah. What? Gosh darn it, people. Who's banned from using it in Arizona? Come on. Gosh darn freaking thing not letting me do anything. Also, why is it that I only have like Arizona based stuff I can use or something? Texas. Let's go for Texas. Are we still live? I did a bunch of weird networking stuff there, so I probably did some weird stuff. Yeah, we're still live. All right. We are still live. What to do, guys? What to do? So we're busy copying and making the master file. It'll be a drive that has every single system on it. Distribution of Linux that you'll ever want or see or do or whatever. Anything. All of the above. Actually, speaking of, maybe we should download I'm thinking a Raspberry Pi instance. It might be good to have like a Raspberry Pi down, like a operating system download or whatever. Raspberry Pi OS download for Raspberry Pi Imager. No, I just wanted the actual ISO itself. Download for Windows, download for Mac. Put the SD card you want and download for yes. Zip OS with desktop with OS and recommended software. OS Lite. What's the difference between all these? You got 249 megabytes, 2 gigs. This is for 3B, 4B. I think all my Raspberry Pis I have are 3Bs. I think. I get so many. It's like it's kind of like one of those decision paradoxes when they have like too many of the same. It's like, oh crap, which ones do I want? Which ones I don't want? Makes it harder. What kind of Raspberry Pis do I have? Let me grab one and see. Oh, here's one. This is a Raspberry Pi. I can't tell. 3. Raspberry Pi 3. Yeah. We got a Raspberry Pi. Well, it's actually a 3 model B plus or something like that. So 3B plus. Okay, yeah. So we want 3B plus. OS Legacy 64-bit. Legacy 64-bit. OS all Raspberry Pi models. So yeah, we just want this one then. Do we want light or recommended softwares? I guess we can get both or something like that. We're not low on size. Yeah, might as well download all of them, right? What other distributions are there? What other operating systems are there? Am I just like... Is there like Android operating systems that you could like run on a computer almost? Oh, SteamOS. Why don't I get like... Oh, SteamOS is going to be updating a ton over the next year or two, so maybe it's not worth getting like... I don't know, stuff. Is there like a Chromebook? Is there a Chromebook OS? Chrome OS? Alright, thank you. Now how do you download Chrome OS? I'm just gonna create the ultimate thing, which is... Chrome OS image. Oh, it's very specific kind of thing. Got it. All Linux distributions. I want to just like see, is there like any other Linux distributions I don't already have downloaded like on a thing? Ubuntu, Debian, Red Hat, Fedora. If I don't recognize it, I don't care for it. Linux Mint, Arch Linux, Manjaro. I feel like I've seen Manjaro before. Slackware. Peppermint. I don't recognize any others. Throw Windows on here too. Copy Windows. What are these exactly? Image.xz. Oh gosh, Windows is gonna take forever. I just saw the time. It's like, oh wait, no, never mind. It's going down. 40 minutes. The other ones are still saying an hour, but it's 50% done. So I'm guessing it's not accurate to just the time. Estimated times are always bad at, stuff. And we want to also, actually, I'm gonna let those copy, and then we'll figure out the other stuff later. Wait, did that just close these? Wait, these are images, not ISOs. Hmm. Raspberry Pi ISOs. I want the ISOs, not the images. Why is this not giving me like what the download link, like what the downloading link is? Image.xz. What are these? They're all images.xz. Raspberry Pi, you're a pain. Why can't you just have ISOs? I don't know if Ventoy can support those. Alright, well, I think I'm basically through for today. My brain's kind of fried. I did a bunch of very helpful things, very, very educational things. I got sidetracked a billion times over because that's just how I work, how I function. I kind of was actually thinking that I'd probably update the shortcuts list a little bit. I think yeah, I kind of want to update this a little bit. So let me see here. Oh, we don't care for Minecraft. We do care for email though. All right, so we want maybe Google Calendar. We want probably YouTube. We want Copilot. So these are just links so that I can just use this as like a place where I could just search for stuff. And I think I probably should update the rest of this off screen because I think the rest of this might be like personal things I'd want to use, like my bank and blah blah blah, all the other stuff. Yeah, I think that's good enough. All right, well everybody, Nice talking to you all. I'm gonna go play some games and or spend some time with my dog. You all chill. Thanks for all the help. Max Pixel, Nino. So maybe we'll see you guys later when we do more Linuxy stuff. Crazy Linux stuff. Alright, bye bye.